Well, what is up? What is happening? It's Opex, back at it again, grinding out here on these here roads and streets, making that money. In the truck trying to make a buck. I don't give a fuck about Lady Luck. I'm out here grinding. So here's the thing today. I've been thinking about how everyone's saying life is short, me included. Life is short, life is minuscule, life is just a fragment of time that just passes by and boom, you're gone. Your existence is gone. That's why it's important to make the most of it about what you're doing here, right? But here's the thing. Life isn't short. Yeah, you heard me right. Life isn't short. And I'm not talking about there's going to be an afterlife and shit like that, right? I already made a video called After Death if you want to dive into different types of aspects of understanding what happens after death. But the point is in this video is that life isn't short. It is long. The problem is that you're spending your time doing stupid shit, mindless shit, just to pass the time. And time just passes and passes and passes and passes and passes and passes. Then you look back with regrets, thinking that, oh, I should have done this with the time. Well, life was short. I guess that's all that life was. How wrong you would be. See, in the Matrix and in this bubble that we're all living in order to spin this hamster wheel of this Matrix, in order to make ends meet, which would be like, you need a family, you need money to pay the bills, you know what I'm talking about, right? In order to spin that hamster wheel of your life, you need to spend it in times where you're generally in a barrier, in a house, in a business, in whatever, in which that you are confined and you have to work at 9 to 5, or you have to spend your time always doing something that A, you don't want to do, you feel like you have to. You don't want to do this, and you know that it's wasting all of your time. Time is limitless, because in my ideas, my thoughts on it is that time doesn't exist. I can't find it. I can't grab it. It's not something that is actually real in my eyes, right? Watch my video, Let's Talk About Time, where I dive about 45, 50, whatever minutes, right? And I dive into all the aspects of why my argument that time doesn't exist. So, all of this time that we have is limitless. You chose to spend 24 hours of your day wasting your time, being in your comfort zone, finding little entertainment on the TV or in a YouTube video, right? It's all entertainment. A, nothing wrong with that. B, it is a waste of time. So if you're trying to do something more purposeful in life, wasting your time in that comfort zone is a product of your program. So you've been programmed to, work, and then when you're done working, you need to find entertainment. So you never really have any purpose. You never really have any proper communication with loved ones or proper communication with friends. Can't really establish real bonds if you're always working on the grind. I'm on the grind right now. I've been out here working for a little over 2 weeks now, and I'm going to be out here for another week. I know some of you OTR guys are probably like, dude, I'm out here for months and months. Yeah, man, I used to work 14 weeks at a time before my first day off, right? I used to do that. Not anymore. I want to spend time. I know a lot of truckers want to say something like trucking's a waste of life, it's a waste of your time and stuff. How true that fucking statement is. Trucking is a waste of life. Work in general for a boss in order to make minuscule amount of money, because you're making your boss all the money, in order to spin that hamster wheel to pay your bills, to pay your rent, to pay your electricity, pay your water bill, pay your cell phone bill. Then you got kids and you got to pay for all their shit. And because you're doing this, you're not really actually providing value. The only value that you're providing is getting by, right? So, before my shower today, I was wearing a pair of shorts that didn't fit me. The strings were off of it. It was just really loose. I had to hold it up. And You know, there's a pocket that was basically broke out of it, so I have a hole on the side of my shorts. And it was a pair of shorts I've had since I was like 16 years old, right? It was a pair of like basketball shorts that I wore for 16 years. So I kept this pair of shorts. But imagine, and I was looking at other people looking at me pulling up my pants, and there's a hole on the side of my shorts. And it wasn't my first pair of shorts of my choice that day. It's just I'm running out of shorts. Like, for example, today I'm wearing prison shorts. You know, I don't want to wear prison shorts with no pockets or anything. But, you know, I've been out here longer than I thought I was going to be. So I'm wearing, like, my excess clothes that are, like, just in case clothes, right? Anyways, so the point I'm getting at is that when people look at my shorts, they're thinking, dude, you're trucking. You got to have some money for shorts. But here's the thing. I'm looking at them as, look at your pair of shorts. You just spent $50 on that pair of shorts. And I bet next week or tomorrow, the next week, and the next week after that, you're not going to wear those shorts again. You're going to have tons of other shorts and pants and other types of apparel to wear because you don't want to be caught wearing the same thing twice, and you always got to be fly. Talk about how much money you have to spend for that. And what accumulates money? Come on. Time and effort, or time and energy, whatever you want to call it. And so you're wasting more time worrying about other things that have nothing to do with your life. Because if a woman is looking at you because of your shorts, oh, he didn't wear the same pair of shorts in 2 months. Wow, he must really have a lot of money. No, he's wasting his money. And he's spending more time to, I guess, attract you or like-minded beta men, I guess. Because you're wasting your time and your money. You're not putting it into something of purpose. You're putting it into something that is attracting women. Watch my video, The Recipe for the Basic Bitch, where women wear certain things like, let's say, jewelry. Jewelry, shiny, and, you know, it attracts the eye, just kind of like a fishing lure, right? That's what you're doing with your clothes. You're just trying to lure women. And if women are being lured by this, that means there's something up here or something that of your quality that you are lacking, that you aren't able to bring to the real world of value. And this would be your relationship. So if you're trying to attract a woman by this fashion, you're going to attract a woman that really doesn't care about this, doesn't care about your heart, doesn't care about those things. Why? Because you're trying to attract them with bling or some sort of swag or some shit like this, right? So you're attracting the wrong woman. So of course you're not going to be in a stable relationship. Of course you're going to be tossed to the side, and she's going to pursue single motherhood with, sucking on the dick of the government. Of course. But you're wasting your time for things. Mindless consumerism. You're spending your time in order to attract higher status people. But these higher status people aren't really true. They're not genuine. You're attracting the wrong person. Holy fuck, that gust of wind almost took me over. Holy shit, that came out of fucking nowhere. Alright. So, because of mindless consumerism, you're spending your time and your energy into things that essentially are going to have no bearing on your life. It's not going to give your kids a better life. It's not going to do any of those things. You're spending your time and money on things that are wasting your existence. See, life is only short to those who waste 99% of their day. If you go to work, let's say this is your routine. You get up, you go to work, you get out at 4:30. You got to pick the kids up, or maybe the kids are already home and you come home and now you got to do all your laundry, you got to do all the shit you got to do. Clean the house a little bit, fix dinner, whatever it is, right? You got to do things, and then kids go off to bed, then you might have an hour of your day. What are you doing with that hour of the day? You're probably watching the sports game as a guy, or watching some bullshit reality TV show as a woman, or playing video games, or whatever, right? You're spending your time doing something to unwind, which is okay to spend an hour of your day to unwind and do things. Nothing wrong with that. However, how did you spend the other 99% of your day? well, 1 hour, so it would be a 20. How did you spend 23 out of the 24 hours, right? You're really not doing much. Of course, yeah, sleep, okay. We'll just knock off 7, 8 hours, right? Sleep, gone, boom. 16 hours of your day. What are you doing? What are you doing with 16 hours of your day? And if you tell me that you're working a 9 to 5 and I'm, the end of the day, you gotta help your kids and you have to do the basic routine, well, that's what you've signed up for. This is your belief. This is what your life is gonna consist of. No one on their deathbed has ever looked back and said, I wish I spent more time at the office. I wish I spent more time into working. No one has ever said that. I've never even heard of it. That's not even what's on their mind. What they're thinking is, fuck, I spent my time terribly. I should have talked to that woman back in 1983. I should have done whatever, right? I should have done this, I should have done that, I should have done this, I should have done that, I should have went on that vacation, I should have done this, I should have done that. How are you spending your time? I'm wasting my time right now because my idea of time in the future is more valuable. Now, a lot of people want to work, and then they hit 63, 64, 65, they retire. They work their whole life to retire. And I've seen this over and over again. Retire within a year, they're dead. They don't even know what to fucking do with themselves. They never even worked up a hobby during their real energy period. I made this idea up a while ago. I don't think I made it up. I just kind of worked on the idea and made it my own. When you're young, you have all the time and energy but no money. When you're middle-aged, let's say in your 30s like me, that's not middle-aged. But if you're in your 30s, you have all the energy and money, but you don't have any time. And then when you're old and you're retired, you have all the time and money, but no energy. You're always missing a piece of that puzzle. How the fuck do you want to spend your life? Like that? You want to spend your life always not having the things where you want it. Because when you finally retire, you're going to be so worn out, so stressed, because you finally get to retire and you're fucking happy. And then you don't have any fucking energy anymore. Oh, I wish I did this, I wish I did that. Regret, regret, regret. You never saw your kids grow up. Regret, regret, regret. Always working, working, working for this day. You're finally fucking retired. What do you got? You got money. You can go on your little fucking trip to the Bahamas. But your relationships are off. Your wife is seeing you more than ever. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Is this how you're going to spend your time? I thought we were going to do this. Now you're around your wife, always. When you were just getting by barely seeing her a few hours a day. And that was enough for you. Now you're around each other all the time. Divorce is more prone because you're not going to be as valuable and you're always going to be around, and she's going to resent you because you spend all the time working. Now, obviously there's other variables. Obviously not all relationships turn sour. Obviously people live through they're 80, 90, 100 years old, right? There's exceptions to the rule, but I'm just telling you what I've seen with my own eyes multiple times. They divorce, they have no reason to live, their kids resent them, they never seen their kids much, and their kids don't really love their father. I've seen it over and over and over and over again because you weren't around. It's a basic fundamental principle to be as a father, to be with your kids every day with the mother figure. This duality, this yin and yang, this nurture and provide and secure, this dual principle has been the forefront of proper lifestyle behavior choices, results. for children, for the parents, for everybody included. It's the best possible life. You're going to give your kids a much better upbringing. Therefore, when you're old, your wife's not going to resent you. I'm just saying in the aspect of a man. You can also add, your own thoughts and ideas to the other sides of the pictures. Right? And you're going to have a better relationship with your spouse, with your children. So when you're old, you're retired, or whatever your plan is, your kids are going to want to be around you. They're going to invite you to their wedding. They're going to invite you to other aspects of their life and come in, communicate, and have that bond. Because you're there. And I was talking to my roommate, I think yesterday or the day before, about this. Because he's fighting to get his daughter back. And I told him, I said, hey, you don't want to be a deadbeat dad, do you? And he goes, no. I'm like, yeah, nobody does. Unless you're an extreme psychopath, nobody wants to be a deadbeat dad. Nobody. Right? But also, nobody wants to be told they're a bad parent. Oh, I'm doing what I can, but my baby mom's is problem. Hey, you're not at fault, which I am going to make a video soon, probably tomorrow, maybe even today, talking more about that subject and extrapolating all that information. But the time that you have right now is limited. So how are you spending it? Are you spending all your time at work and you're always worried about retirement? Because what's the result when you're retired? Right? You're going to probably be in much less health. You're going to be more financially secure, sure. What was your relationship like with your spouse, your kids, whoever? What if you're alone and you just can't wait to retire and just do your own thing? You're going to be alone. You're going to be lonely. No one's really going to care for an old man or woman at that time if you're alone. You're going to die young because you're going to die of a broken heart. You're not going to have that bond. You're not going to have that love. What's even worse than even that is they have kids that don't respect you. Kids that don't want to have you involved. When you're looking back at your deathbed, what do you perceive that you're going to be thinking about? 100 fucking goddamn percent all regret. You're not going to be looking back at all the positive things in your life because you're not going to have time. You're not going to be thinking about your bucket list. You might think that right now, but that's not what you're going to be thinking about. I've exercised this multiple times. I used to think before the exercises that that's what you thought about. You thought about all the good times and Timmy soccer practice, whatever. That's what you're thinking about. No. Nope. Nope. You would think. But go through the exercise. That's not what you're going to be thinking about. You're going to be thinking about what you should have done. Your faults. When your ego is pulled aside and you're vulnerable to death. What are you going to be thinking about? It's going to be, fuck, I shouldn't have eaten all those cheeseburgers. Fuck, I should have taken that dog out for that walk, but I ended up scolding that dog instead. Whatever it is, right? Your kids, your spouse, whatever. Why the fuck did I just freak out at my wife at that one time? And it fucked up the whole relationship. It all went downhill from there. She thought I didn't respect her anymore. Whatever it is. Because you have changed the outcome of your life. Everything. The timeline of your life has been altered through how you spend your time. How do you spend it? What have you done? What has put you to the result of you being you right now? A lot of people are like, I love myself. I'm growing as a person, blah, blah, blah. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how you're spending your time. Come on. Hamster wheel spinning? Is that what you're doing? Are you providing value? Do you have a purpose? Have you accomplished your purposes? Now you're ready to die? Like some Biggie Smalls type shit? Here's the thing. And I agree with this to a certain extent because it's a bulk of the thing. Albert Einstein once said, once you stop learning, you start dying. Now, how I could twist that to make it more relevant and cause-worthy. Sorry, I'm staring at these mirrors because these fucking people are trapping me into this left lane. They don't even realize they're doing it. They're just fucking... Now he did. Now he gave me all the time in the world as I'm passing the other guy. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, Albert Einstein saying that once you stop learning, you start dying. Well, once you stop losing a purpose, an idea, something to learn, something to grow, you start depreciating. And it's very important to understand because when Albert Einstein got to a certain point, he stopped learning. He died young. Right? Come on now. So he was a victim of what he believed. And we're going to actually talk about that in the next video. Or one of the videos coming up. I have so many thousands of ideas that I'm still trying to put out there, but of course, I'm not going to get to them all. Now, this is an obvious one. Spend time doing what you love. Providing value to your loved ones. Sure, but how are we going to pay the bills? The bills aren't going to pay themselves. So, I'm going to tell you a little, just in case you're not following up on my epic plan to retire at a very young age, the age of 40 I'm trying to retire, which actually, now that I am still pondering this and working out the ins and outs, it's going to be a lot sooner than when I'm 40. See, I made a video back when I was 29, maybe 30. Yeah, I think 29. I plan to retire in 10 years because I don't want to be spending my time always not able to do what I want to do, take care of my kids or being around my children or taking care of my wife. I don't want to spend my time doing that. God, every fucking driver sucks. Every one of them. Anyways, I don't want to spend my time, my whole life, working for somebody else just so I can pay the bills. So I'm coming up with ways for passive income, ways that I can be home earlier, ways that I can make money now, work very, 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 very hard, grind 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I've even worked 27 hours straight on this job, trucking. 27 hours straight. That's how fucking dedicated I am to this cause. Because I don't want to be spending my whole life away from home. I don't want to spend my whole life in a 9 to 5. I don't want to spend my whole life wasted. Because you're not going to have those proper communications with your family. You're not going to have proper friends. They're going to be acquaintances. And you don't want your fucking family to be acquaintances. So, my plan is to get out of the truck, be there 100% with my spouse, be with my children, teach my children, don't let my child go off to indoctrination camp. That I teach my child. I want to be there with my child. If you ever heard of unschooling, that's the exact formula for the best, most intelligent, most properly raised child. Google it, talk about it. I've talked about it in my few past videos. Unschooling. I want to be there. I want to be there with my spouse, my kids. I want to be there, be there, be there, be there. I'm not sending my kid out to indoctrination camps. I'm not sending my wife out to work. Fuck that. I'm building a life now so we don't have to be having those burdens when we're older. That we're going to be around our children, our child's going to be involved, there's going to be no sense of abandonment, and I'm not going to be a deadbeat. I'm going to be of value to my family. What kind of value are you if you're always gone? The real value. Because I'm still going to pay the bills. If you're gone and having to, in order to ensure that the bills get paid, that sucks. Now, if I'm not gone and my bills are still getting paid, come on now. I'm actually providing much more value. I'm trying to become my greatest version. I'm grinding now. This is my thought process. Your plan can be different. Maybe you don't mind working at your job, and you could definitely waste your time for fucking another 50 years. That could be you. Not I. Not I. What kind of value are you providing for others? What kind of life are you leading? Are you healthy right now? Or are you doing what I'm doing? Sitting down for fucking countless days at a time. Weeks at a time. Sitting the fuck down. No exercise or anything. Now, of course, I am weightlifting. I just have a 25-pound dumbbell and I'm just using that, really. But I'm trying to become my greatest version of myself that I can possibly be, and I encourage you to do the same. Because again, what kind of value are you providing? Why are you fucking here? What is important in life? See, if what's important in life is you to stare at a phone all day and doing your 9-to-5 job and just being docile and just fucking barely making it through life with your fucking tail between your legs, obeying, conforming, I gotta follow the speed limit or hurt. What are you doing? What purpose do you have? What power? Don't you want to be more powerful? Don't you want to be recognized? Don't you want to be of value? And I don't mean fortune and fame. I mean of value in your community where your friend can count on you to be like, hey, I get out of work at 3 o'clock. Can you help me install this water heater? Whatever, right? Do you know how to do that? No? Then what the fuck are you doing? Learn things. Do stuff. Be of value. Don't just be like, well, I know how to screw in a light bulb, but I put in a new light bulb and it doesn't work. Okay, figure it out. You can't figure it out? You can figure it out. There's an electrical problem. Maybe the fuse just fucking blew. Maybe. Okay, figure it out. Learn things. Be of value. You don't want your wife to look at you like, you're worthless. I'm just going to call the electrician. You're worthless. Why do you want to be that way? I can't imagine all of these people. Oh, my brakes are shot, so I'm going to take it to the mechanics. No, figure it out. Put it on a fucking jack it up a little bit, replace your brakes and your rotors and your fucking pads. Figure it out. Fix it. Learn. I remember I built a computer. I think that's time spent wisely because I'm learning something. I built a computer like 5 years ago or so. When I built that computer, it's like 5 years ago. I built a nice computer. It saved me like $100 on it, $700, $800 worth of parts, right? And if I just purchased the computer for an extra $100, it would have been great, right? It would have saved me all types of time. But because I'm learning something and I'm doing something that is training my mind and understanding how computers work, the CPU, what function does this have? The motherboard, what does this do? Well, how does this align with this part? Oh, we got to install a fan here because this part is getting a little hot. And I'm learning this shit, and I understand that with certain levels of CPU goes with certain levels of processing. That goes with, certain levels of RAM. And then you learn things, and you understand how it operates. And I've said this a lot of times, probably not even on my channel, that my next gun buy is going to be, I'm going to create a firearm from scratch. So I know every 1,000 pieces, what does what. Because that's my next thing, my next project I want to do. But I've been talking about that since I've got the computer done. But I want to put a firearm together to know every fucking piece, from as small as the firing pin to the fucking, how to build a stock, all of that shit. I want to put it all together. Now, that sounds crazy to some of you guys, but I want to do that because I want to learn. I don't want to stop learning. I want to understand. And you can't understand by just purchasing things. You can't just understand by going to the mechanics for them fixing your brakes. Yeah, well, your brakes were shot, so we replaced them. Okay. You didn't learn shit. You paid somebody else to do the shit for you. And why do you do that, me, you ask? Well, doesn't that free up your time? Wrong. You're doing that because you don't have time. That's why you're doing it that way. Because you don't have time. You're not spending your time wisely. You're not freeing up enough time. There's that Brian Regan bit. You guys are probably familiar with Brian Regan, funny comedian, stand-up guy. And he had that bit about Pop-Tarts, where they have directions right on the Pop-Tart box. There's toaster instructions. You toast it for 30 seconds. It comes out. You eat it, right? Basically, step 1. Take the pastry out of the wrapper. Dude does it so fucking funny with his dumb face and his dumb out of the wrapper. I don't know. I can't do it like he does it. But then there's another direction saying about microwave instructions. Take the pastry out of the wrapper, put it on in the microwave, put it on high for 5 seconds. If you don't have enough time to toast your Pop-Tart and you need to zap fry it, ding dong, and you're running out the door, you need to free up some time. If you're eating a pastry in the morning, you need to free up some time. You're doing something wrong, right? And we're all in this lifestyle of what's fast, what's easy. McDonald's is fast food. I don't have time. I only get 30-minute break, and I got to go out to McDonald's because it's right next to my work, and I can get my food, and then I can check my phone, my notifications, and I got 30 minutes. So I don't have time to go home and cook a meal and then come back to work, because by that time it's going to be an hour, right? So we're living a lifestyle where it's all hurry, hurry, hurry. I need this, I need this, I need this. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Is that the type of lifestyle you want to live? Constant state of stress? I live in New York. Not New York City, New York State. New Yorkers live a very fast pace. How did I find out that we live a very fast pace to other people? Before I even was a truck driver, I knew this. Why? Or how did I know this? When I moved down to Florida for a few years, I was just okay. Let me explain this to you. I was working for Home Depot in New York, and I moved down to Daytona Beach, Florida. When I moved down to Daytona, I started working at Home Depot, which was a transfer. Home Depot in New York. Do this, do this, do this. No talking. Just go, 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 go. No, faster, faster, faster. Go, 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 go. Oh my God, this project shouldn't have taken you 2 hours. That is what I dealt with 100% of the time in New York, in every job that I've ever been in. Hurry, 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 hurry. Go, 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 go. Boss breathing down your neck. Blah, blah, blah. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Go, 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 go. You fucked up here. You should have done that faster. Now, not necessarily to me, but to everyone. That's how New York operates. If you're from New York, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, go down south. Go down to Georgia or Mississippi. Dare you. You're going to see and go to a restaurant down there. God damn, a little eggs over easy and some hash browns shouldn't take 30 minutes. Where's that waiter? Why is she always talking to other people? It's much slower pace. No stress. See, when I went down to Daytona Beach, they saw me working, and I was sweating. First day down there. New York guy, he used to live in New York City, moved down to Florida, and he goes, hey. He took me to the side. He goes, hey, we don't do that here. You're making us all look bad. Don't do that. You're not getting paid anymore. And I looked at him and I was like, huh? I'm just working like I usually do. If I'm not sweating, I don't feel like I'm working. And boss isn't getting on my nerves and saying, hey, we got to do this fast. Not doing any of that. He's saying, slow, easy. We don't even start work until like 30, 40, 50 minutes into the job, and everyone's talking to everyone, and we're doing, I was the merchandiser, so I was doing base, but doing it extremely slow because this guy pulls me to the side and says, hey, we don't do this here. And I start looking around, and no one's working in the whole fucking place. No one's working. Not one person except for me. And I was working hard. And I look around, I'm like, oh, I get it. It took me 3-4 months to really tone it down. It was not easy for me. And I see people, I'm going to just give an example out there. No, I'd rather not, actually. But I had to tone it down. It took me months to learn to just tone it down. There's no reason for it. I lived in Florida for a few years, and it really, really helped me understand that going slow is going to pay you the same fucking shit. They're not going to pay you any more, and you're not going to be full of stress. Your blood pressure is going to lower, and I started feeling really good. Like this is where I should have been 30 years ago. Well, is this way station open? But the point is, if you're spending your life in a constant state of stress, that is going to rub off on other aspects of your life. You're going to come home after work, after a constant state of stress, you're going to treat your family how you're being treated, basically, especially if you're dumb, docile, and somebody who can't think for themselves properly. God, this way station's closed. They're slowing down to 55 miles an hour. It's 70, guys. Go. Just go. Now, this video's taking a lot longer than I thought it would, but just stay with me here. We're almost done. Now, if you're going to have stress, if you're going to have the grind rub off onto your family, onto your friends, and you just need that constant state of when you get home, you got to be in your comfort zone, put on the pajamas, just relax, put on your favorite show on Netflix or whatever the fuck you sheep do. If that's what you do, and that's what you need, then you're wasting the next portion of your life. Alright? There's at least, let's just say 16 hours in a day. I work those 16 hours straight because I am trying to save up and do things properly in my life that is going to get me out of the fucking truck into real estate, really. And never work for someone again. Never have my alarm clock ever go off the rest of my life. And that my kids and my family, everyone is treated the best that I can treat them, and being treated the best from the outside world, because I'm going to protect them, secure them, etc. Use my time to benefit myself, which is the least important out of my family, and my family. Spouse, kids, and everybody else. Everyone else is going to receive high levels of value from me into the best of my abilities because I give 110% into whatever I'm doing. I don't care if it's trucking. I don't care if it's anything. I give 110% in everything I do. I overthink. I overlove. I overcompensate. If I'm at a restaurant, I used to work at restaurants. I know how terrible that fucking atmosphere is, how terrible the job is. I know how underpaid you are. I know. I'm going to overcompensate. That's who I am. Providing value. Leaving a footprint of decency, of happiness and joy and love and creativity and being there and what's the word? Present. Being present. When I'm around, I want people to feel like everything's fine. How can that be if I'm always gone? Oh, the deadbeat dad's back. That would suck. No one wants to be the deadbeat, right? Start spending your time where it matters. You need to come to that conclusion, and according to science, your brain is fully functional as an adult by the age of around 25, give or take 3, 4, 5 years, right? So at a very young age, figure this out. They say that most men die by the age of 25, but are not buried till 75. Do you want to be part of that statistic? Being of no value to the world around you, just being there, making your boss more money. Here's the trick of the trade. Here's the secret. You're spending all your time and effort into a job that 100% could replace you tomorrow. They would not care if it's you or someone else. Sorry to break it to you. Worthless. Pointless. Spinning the hamster wheel for the Matrix. How much are you benefiting? If you're just making it by, you're a slave. Because even in the slave days, the slave owners would generally treat their slaves to nice feasts, proper meals, would offer housing and food. And if that's what you're affording right now is housing and food, and you can't afford anything else, then you are a slave. If you can't see that, I don't know how to break it to you. I mean, Rosa Parks? No, not Rosa Parks. Harriet Tubman. Rosa Parks. Harriet Tubman said she would have freed more slaves if they only knew. If they only knew they were slaves. Well, Master, sir, gives us a house, gives us a nice bay of hay to sleep on, nice comfortable bay of hay, and he feeds us every day. I'm always well fed. Hell yeah, you're well fed. Hell yeah, you have a house. You need to survive. Come on here, right? And if you're just barely surviving, come on here. You're wasting all your time into labor to survive. Welcome to what slavery was. It still is. How are you spending your time? As a slave? Or as somebody of value that's going to be the underlining alpha, taking care of his family? However you want to live your life, are you doing it properly? Are you spending your time wisely? Are you going to be looking back at your deathbed saying that, fuck, I shouldn't have been that beta? Because that's what you're doing. Probably you spending your time for entertainment. Oh, hard day at work, I just want to sit back, kick back, and relax. And that's your life. Go into a job that you don't want to pay for a house that is vacant all day long because you're out, your wife has to work a job, and your kids are off at indoctrination camps. All for what? So you can spend a couple hours at the end of the day to fucking come back to your home? And then you need to pay for multiple vehicles because your wife has to work too? Come on now. You're just surviving. You're barely surviving. And for what? Another pair of Jordans? Another fucking car? What are you doing? What are you doing with your time? Do you have a TV that's constantly on at your house? How are you spending your time? How are you spending your time? Really ponder. Really think about it. Because like I said, I've experimented with this many times in my head. And many people that I've seen. Not many people, but a good handful. That I've seen always have regret on their deathbed. When their health is failing them, They don't smile. They start crying. You know what disease is? Dis-ease. You're not at ease. You're not happy with your situation. You're sad. You're depressed. Come on now. How are you spending your time? You barely making it by? Or is your smile lightening up a room? Or the world around you? Your time's important. It's valuable. It's all you got. How are you spending it? Now, of course, there's tons of motivational shit on YouTube, online and shit about time. About how there's 24 hours in a day and this many minutes, and how are you spending your time? Did you ever do this? Did you ever do that? How are you spending your time? This isn't that kind of motivational speech. I'm not here to motivate you. Only you can do that. I've seen all the motivational speeches in the world. I've seen them all. From MLK to whatever on YouTube to whatever. I've heard them. Guess what? Makes you feel all lovey-dovey and happy and excited and motivated and encouraged. But then what happens? Day goes by, next day goes by. Now it's on the back burner. I'm not here to give you a motivational speech, to give you all fucking feely for a fucking day or two. It's not what I'm here for. I'm here to change the ideas that you perceive and believe. That you need to spin this hamster wheel. That there is no other option. Because the government tricks everybody. You know what you guys are thinking? He started talking about the government. He can't go one fucking video without talking about the government. Government is controlling everything about your life. You think that there's obviously a reason for property taxes. So you can never stop working. You can never stop spinning that hamster wheel because you're always going to need money. You're always going to be a slave to money. Money is your God. That is who you worship. You worship money. And I'm sorry to break it to you, but your God doesn't give you happiness. Your God called money does not ever give you happiness, never will, for extended periods of time. As Bob Marley once said, money can't buy you happiness. All money is numbers. And numbers are infinite. So if your road to happiness is through money, it'll never end. You'll never find it. Because there's always going to be more and more. I'm addicted to money. I'm spending my time addicted to money. But my goals with the money isn't going to be over the next 40 years. My goals with my money are investing and turning it into passive income, buying properties, things like that, in order to get out of the truck, get out of the grind lifestyle, and be valuable to the universe, to the world around me. Universe meaning this is the universe. And I've had to look at this empirically, anecdotally, understand higher consciousness, that the goals that I have in life strongly influence my actions. And because I made it to some level, I'm making this amount of money now, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to be greedy more, because the more greedy I am, the idea in my head, so I get out of the truck. My brother, I if you guys don't know, he's in prison. My brother called me yesterday. I think it was yesterday or the day before. And we were talking. And he loves that, I'm addicted to money and I'm obsessed with that. But his idea is similar to my original plan to retire in 10 years, which was get a property, pay the least amount of bills that you can, like less than $10,000 a year, work a little part-time job, and you're always going to be good. Be a minimalist. Get all the prepping things that you need and just become a minimalist. Just don't go out and buy a new pair of clothes because you feel like it, like a mindless consumer. Rather, your clothes from 10 years ago still fit you right. So what? It has a couple holes in it, a little bleached. Who gives a fuck? Live in a minimalist lifestyle, because the way that you're going to be spending your time to sustain that mindless consumerist lifestyle, always need a new phone, a new car, a better house, a bigger house. That's time. That's time and energy that you're spending. And for what? To have a little bit of time to be a little bit better, perhaps? It's not going to be better. It'll never be better. Because when you retire, you're going to be lonely. You're going to be unsatisfied. You're going to be depressed. And why? Because you weren't there in the moment, in the time where you had 16 hours a day, and your kid looked at you dead in the eyes. Daddy, let's throw around the ball. I don't want you to go to work today, Daddy. And you looked them back dead in the eyes and said, I value my time at work more than you. I value wasting my fucking time for my God called money. I value money more than you. That kid's gonna grow. That kid's gonna get older and older and older, graduate college, get in their own relationship and get married. Might not even ask you to participate at the wedding. Is that where you want to be? Is that where you want to be? I don't. I don't. So start thinking about how you are spending the time. What is the most important things in life? That's why I made that video, so I can make this video. Because you're spending your time in a 9 to 5, wasting countless times of your life. Years and years and years and years off your life. Plus the stress in eating fast food because you only have a 30-minute break. Years and years off your life. And you're spending all your time to waste more years off your life. So you can't have the energy to run around with your kids or your grandkids anymore. And you're going to die at a young age and be pointless and worthless and a piece of shit. But guess what? Didn't you look fresh while you were alive? Didn't you look cool in your suit and tie, or your Jordans and your fitted hat, whatever it is? Didn't you look fly? Didn't people look at you like, he's cool? I like this guy. Or were you everything and more, giving 110% to your family, being of purpose, someone to count on when your neighbors needed something? Which one were you? Look at me, look at my new car, or yeah, I'll help you. I'm bringing up my fucking 1992 pickup with fucking so much rust on it you can barely even tell what the paint was originally, to help you move some things out of your house into a new house or whatever. Were you the one that be counted on? Were you the one that people look to for help and purpose and wisdom, protection, happiness, humor? Because what really matters? You need to run that exercise in your head of disease and sadness and loneliness and deathbed. Run that through your head. You're going to see the things that you should be doing now. Things will become enlightened to you. Things will become understandable. Be a purpose. Be a value. See what's important in life and do it. Have no regrets. I guess that's enough for this video. Now that I'm looking that we're at 55 minutes, so I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Hopefully you made it to the end. I probably got a little boring in there in the middle because, well, I'm driving a truck and there's tons of traffic, and I'm paying attention to that more than the actual video. So stay tuned for more content, plenty more coming. Leave a comment down below of what kind of content you want me to show you guys or explain, or go on a certain topic. I do request videos, and I really encourage you guys to ask me to do a request video, because I will gladly give you one. As long as it's something I didn't talk about before, or if it's something long enough to actually make a video on. It's rather than, hey, Opex, what kind of sunglasses do you have? I don't fucking know. I look at it, I tell you it's this kind of sunglass, can't make a video out of it. So I apologize to all those people that try to make me say something very specific that's like 1 or 2 lines worth of thought. Because I'm not going to be able to make a video on that. Therefore, I'm just going to, comment back what that answer is, I guess. Anyway, stay tuned for more content, plenty more coming. It's Opex, I'm out.